always love creating content. I just don't. And you know that I am like brutally honest. I just don't always enjoy creating podcast content, YouTube content, and or short video content or emails. I don't always enjoy doing all of that to build my business. But one of the things that I have learned over the years of having a business is that when I am creating content on a regular basis and I'm putting it out to the world, that is letting new people and existing people that know that I exist come to me and want to work with me or come into my sphere. And so today on the King and Kelly podcast, we're going to talk about why you should be using content to attract your ideal customer. Welcome back to another episode of the King and Kelly podcast. We are here every single Tuesday. We have a new episode. And so if you're watching on YouTube, we have an episode on YouTube every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, be sure to do that. And then make sure you comment below and ask any questions. But the podcast is out on all podcast players. So today we're having a conversation about using content to attract your ideal customer. And, I talked about it a little bit in the intro, and I was just honest, right? Like, I guarantee you that you can relate to the fact that you don't always want to create a video. You don't always want to go live. You don't always want to create an image or a caption or description for any social media platform. You don't always want to write an email. Nobody does. But in order for us to be able to build a business and do it as much as possible organically, then one of the ways we have to do it is by creating content. Now, don't get me wrong. I have plenty of people that I know that do not market their businesses on social media, and they're doing great. Plenty of people that I know that are having like multiple 7 and 8 figure businesses, and their social media is pretty much at zero. But I am talking to the person who wants to use social media to attract their ideal customers, and you want to do it organically. So when it comes to like reaching your target customer, if you are talking about, and we always talk about this, but I'm repeating it, but if you're trying to use social media to do that, then in order to attract your ideal customer, then you have to be creating content that is going to reach them, that is going to connect with them, relate to them, cause them to be interested in what it is that you are offering. Now, what could that look like? That could look like a YouTube video, which is you're watching this on YouTube. That could look like a podcast, and you are listening to this on a podcast. That could be TikTok videos. It could be Instagram. It could be live stream. It could be whatever it is that you want to be. But there's a lot of different avenues that are out there to be able to create content to reach your ideal customer. And so a lot of times people will say to me, well, but I'm not really reaching them. I'm putting stuff out there and nobody's engaging. Well, one of the things that, most people do not want to hear is that oftentimes, if we're putting content out there that nobody's actually engaging with or interested in, it's because it's kind of like lazy content. It's not strategic. It's not intentional. You know what I mean? Like, I have been there more times than I care to admit. Like right now, we are really busy in my company because I'm getting prepared for surgery in the month of November. So my time is very, very, very thin. And I have found myself over the last 60 days doing a lot of lazy content where people are just not interested in it. And I knew the reason why. I know the reason why, because I have not been very strategic and intentional with every single piece of content that I have been putting out. But in the times when I am intentional, everything's going great, right? And so I haven't been beating myself up about it because I'm like, I already know what's happening and it is what it is, right? But if you are like, okay, I am new to this, or I want to get restarted in this, then here is what you need to do. First things first is you've got to choose where in the world is Carmen Sandiego. I'm being funny. But you have to choose which platform are you going to focus on to reach your ideal client. I don't care which one it is. You guys know I love me some TikTok and everybody calls me the TikTok queen or whatever. But I utilize multiple different platforms to reach our audience. But I didn't do that for a long time. So you want to decide which is going to be the one or maybe two platforms that you're going to focus on in order to grow and reach your ideal customer. Again, I don't care which one that it is, but you do need to choose one, okay? once you choose that one, then you have to go, okay, let me write out the profile of the person I'm trying to attract. Who are they? They have a specific race, a specific gender? Are they married? Are they single? Do they have kids? Are they fight for justice type people? Just all the different like potential things about the person or people that you are trying to attract to your content, okay? Because once you know all that about them, okay, what their struggles are, what they want to accomplish, and the things that they enjoy or whatever, then once you start creating content, you're going to be creating things specifically for that person. So my content is directed towards people that want to use video to grow their businesses using social media, okay? These are people who have some level of a business, okay? They are not people who don't have an idea of their business. They already have an idea for their business and they've already started, but they need more intentional and strategic help as it pertains to video and social media marketing. And so when we're creating content, we are creating content to reach that particular person and or people group so that we can serve them and we can attract them to our products and services, to us as a brand, okay? So you have to identify that, all right? Then what you have to do is you can go out on social media and look at people that are in your niche, okay? You can look and see who is doing it and doing it extremely well. And it's going to give you a framework of what you should and could be doing with your particular content. So I see so many people that teach social media, and instead of me trying to reinvent the wheel, I am constantly like all over their accounts, seeing what they're doing, not copying it to a T, but looking at it and getting my own ideas, okay? Just from a creative standpoint, if I'm doing some type of trend or something like that, and then I am creating content. Now, oftentimes I'll come up with my own, but sometimes you don't have to reinvent the wheel. If there's 1,000 people doing it, oh my God, that's so many ideas that you don't have to come up with, okay? And then the next thing you want to do is now you've got to actually create content, and you got to create content that it will connect to your target customer. So you've got to learn the strategies for creating great strategic content that can reach your audience, draw them in, and get them to take an action with you. So that is the strategy and sales part of creating video content to reach your target audience. But the challenge is just learning what is that and what does that look like for me, okay? So, I teach about this a whole lot all the time, trying to give you content frameworks and things of that nature. But if you want something specifically, then I have a course which is called the Vertical Video Mastery Course that teaches you all the strategies for creating for building your business and using social media and video. It focuses on Instagram Reels, TikTok, Facebook Reels, and YouTube Shorts. And if that interests you, you can go to verticalvideomasterycourse.com, verticalvideomasterycourse.com, and you can take that and then you can learn all the different strategies for that, okay? Now, but ultimately, what you've got to do is you just got to create content that is going to resonate with your right people strategically and get them to take action. You're not trying to get a bunch of followers. You're not trying to go viral. You are trying to sell your products and services. You're trying to generate leads so you can nurture those relationships. And so when you're coming up with this content strategy, you've got to be coming up with the strategy that is going to help you convert. So I love the trends, and I just posted a funny video of me and a bunch of my friends at a housewarming costume party, and nothing about that video is about what it is that I do. And so I rarely ever post things like that, but I did it, and because I wanted to, it's my account, right? But 99.9% of my content is going to be targeting my ideal customer, helping them with the issues that they have, and then drawing them to my products and services, okay? So if that is your goal, then that is the strategy that you have to implement. Now, I do want to know, where are you getting stuck? So I don't know where you are with this, but I want to hear from you. So I want you to come onto Instagram on my account at Kia Kelly, and I want you to just screenshot the episode and say, hey, I listened to the episode. Here is where I am stuck, and let me see how I can help you. Whether it is our course or whether there's one quick question, or if it's us working together with consulting. I am doing a little bit of private consulting, training. I think it's like some people are 3 months and some are 6 months. And so I am doing some of that. If that interests you, you can message me about that. But otherwise, I want you to start implementing the things that I talked about here on this episode. Okay. So I hope you have found this valuable. This one is short because I have a lot of videos to record because I'm getting ready to go on a healing journey because I had to have surgery. And so I'm like doing a bunch of different episodes, but I hope you found this valuable. And so make sure you come back every Tuesday for the podcast. And then on YouTube, come back every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.